Hello, my name is Mike Lovett. I'm the program head of the teaching program in genomic medicine at Imperial College London, and I'm here to give you a very brief introduction to the program in general, which you can find more information about at the link shown on this screen. So our overall aim is to educate students from a wide range of backgrounds, including medical and scientific backgrounds, and many others, as you'll see in a moment or two, in how to apply genomic approaches to medically important problems and how to interpret the outputs from these analyses. We strive to provide the highest levels of training in all aspects of genomic science, and we provide it in one of the most cutting-edge scientific environments in the world. These are the three people that, if you are within our program, you spend a lot of time interacting with: myself, my senior teaching fellow, Dr. Datina Zali, and our education administrator, Lawrence Peffers. And Datina and Lawrence handle a huge amount of the logistics and the organization of the program, and you will get to know them much better if you are joining our program. So why do this? What are the leading positives about doing a degree in genomic medicine? Well, this is one of the leading programs in the world in the academic training of precision medicine, the real translation of genomics into therapeutics. You will have interaction with world-renowned researchers, teaching from experts and researchers across Imperial College, not just within one department, but really across the entire faculty. We have a blended teaching format, which really means that you're having part of your program face-to-face and part in an online format, which doesn't mean that's a soft option. That takes a lot of study and time to accomplish. We offer full-time and part-time options. The full-time is 1 year. The part-time usually spans over 2 years, but that does give you some flexibility if you are mixing work with doing this MSc. We have many partnerships throughout London, throughout the UK, and throughout the world, but the two most important within this program are the Institute of Cancer Research and Brunel University London, both of whom run modules within our MSc. And then, last but by no means least, is the fact that we have a very diverse student cohort from many different backgrounds, as you'll see in a minute or two. And that is one of the strengths of the program. You learn from experts in many other fields within the student cohort, senior physicians, physicians at the front line of the NHS, scientists, and in many cases, entrepreneurs and business people, or people from different backgrounds who are interested in pursuing genomic medicine. So you can enter this for 3 different degrees. The postgraduate certificate, that can be transitioned. That's a 4-module, that means 4 months in total of learning, and you would then potentially transition that to a postgraduate diploma, and that postgraduate diploma of 8 modules could then be transitioned into the master's, which includes a 3-month research project. You can enter directly into the master's, but there are various options available to you if you want to pursue any of these. So what is this diverse student cohort? It really comes down to about 60 people coming in per year, roughly 60, 70, around about that number. And they are mostly people from the UK. As you can see on the left here, we have a few from the EU and quite a number from overseas, and their backgrounds are about 50-50 science and medicine. And by that I include pharmacy in the medical category. Then we have, in last year's cohort, 14 students who came from other backgrounds in things like industry, management, venture capital, things like that. So it is diverse, and as you can see at the bottom, comes from many different countries, seems to be ever expanding number, and that is a strength of the program. So this is a matter of everybody adding to the mix and adding to the learning experience. So our entry requirements are usually a minimum of a 2-1 degree in a relevant field, which is usually biomedical or healthcare. We also accept a wide variety of international qualifications, but we are willing to make exceptions for those who have considerable experience, knowledge, and motivation in the field of genomic medicine. And it's that motivation and commitment and understanding of genomic medicine and its potential and where it can go and what it's doing right now that is a big driving force for how you can be admitted into this program. Part of the MSc is to do a 14-week research project, and there are a wide variety of projects available throughout Imperial. We have about 200 principal investigators who are working on genomic level projects. Those projects can be, pardon me, in the field of wet lab, meaning working at the bench. It can be bioinformatic analysis. It can be literature review. It even encompasses economic evaluation projects for the delivery of genomic therapeutics. And it could be combinations of these approaches. And we have seen these in past years. So it has a lot of flexibility. In addition to that, we have flexibility in terms of where you do the project. So you can do it in another academic institution. You can do it in a pharma corporate environment. You can do it in a foreign country as long as it meets our requirements. And we would appoint a secondary Imperial supervisor to take care of the requirements and the level of achievement in those types of projects. But as you'll see at the bottom, we've had many different projects throughout the UK and throughout the world that have been successfully completed within these criteria. So I do want to say a little bit about Health Education England funding for those who are eligible. So Health Education England funds the PG Cert, Diploma and MSc for NHS employees who meet the qualifications, and that fully covers the tuition fees. So you can do this on a part-time basis as you continue in your workplace. It is part of the 100,000 Genomes project, now moving up to the 500,000 genome project, and is to meet the needs of the NHS in genomic medicine. The funding application process is tied to our application process, so it works reasonably seamlessly if you want to go down that route and you're a full-time NHS employee. So what can you do with this degree? Well, the world is your oyster. Many of our graduates pursue PhDs after their MSc, and that is a very common route for our basic scientist intake. Many people have successfully applied for the NHS training program in clinical science or in genomic counseling, things like that. And that's a very competitive route, and we're very glad that our graduates have been so successful in there. They come back and talk to us and talk to the current cohort about how that process works, which is very useful. We've had many people who've come in from industry and been trained in the MSc, and in many cases been sponsored by their industrial employer, and they've gone back into leadership positions within their company. Then we also have, as I alluded to earlier, a whole series of entrepreneurs and investors who have wanted to know more about the nitty-gritty of genomics, and have come in and got the MSc and gone off and had that informed approach to how they invest and spend their money. And there are multiple clinical and research opportunities that anybody can pursue in this, because it is a rapidly expanding field. Whether you are a physician or a basic scientist or anybody in the healthcare system, then there are many, many opportunities because there's an enormous need out there. So should you wish to get more information on this, please contact us at the MSc in Genomic Medicine at Imperial, and we'd be happy to provide it, and we hope to see you soon in an interview.